I want to share a principle any entrepreneur needs to adopt if they want to radically grow their business. And for context, this one principle basically took me from being 1.5 months away from running out of money, stressed out all the damn time, trying to raise a family, to now making regularly multiple 5 figures every single month, having amazing profit margins, and spending significantly more time with my family on my own terms. And this fundamental principle is something that every single entrepreneur needs to apply. And it's the principle that billion-dollar entrepreneurs have applied. It's like, you'll see this across the board, right? For context, the thing in this principle is, in essence, the act of launching dirty. And I heard a client say this recently, and she said, I want to help my people just launch dirty. And I love that, because I have been doing the same. And this year, I have been just trying to push everything in my business as I've adopted and installed the productized coach model. And from this frame of just trying to fail and launching dirty with bare basic pages, when before, as an example, I'd build a sales page for a product, it would take months to deploy. And instead, what I did is figure out a way that I could shrink that time from months to like 1 or 2 days to actually just build the offer one day and then launch it with paid ads the next day. And by just doing that and stripping out all of the bells and whistles, all of the polish, all of the complexity, we were able to significantly publish a lot more offers. But then also, because of that, we had radically more clients coming into us, and we had a really great offer, and we tested lots of things. And it's a really phenomenal principle that a lot of people look on social media and they see all of these really polished people. And this gets me too. Like, I'm sharing this because this is my own experience. When you're like, I'm thinking, I've been building ads and running ads and building offers my entire career up to this point. And so when I start getting into the social media stuff and I look on Instagram and I see all these people and these creators that are talking about these beautifully polished videos, and my problem is that the skill gap between where they are and where I am is just so damn high that you end up getting in this paralysis mode. And this is when this principle of launching dirty makes so much more sense. Because if you can just get out there and start publishing things and get in motion, you will move so damn fast. And if you look at the best example you can look at is if you go look at Airbnbs, which I think it was a completely different, I can't remember the name of it, but they had a different name for that company back in the day. And you look at their original website, it is radically different than the Airbnb it is today. And those people just launched very dirty, very quickly, validated that idea, and then doubled down on it. And too many of us are sitting on the sidelines trying so damn hard to perfect the offer, to perfect the sales page, to perfect the content piece that you never actually publish it, and all of your momentum stops. And I can tell you with 100% certainty that the momentum is the most important ingredient in business growth. If you are continuously in motion, publishing in momentum, and constantly moving forward day after day, you will naturally grow. I've seen this myself because as I've gone out and published and created more offers, my income has radically increased as I do that. And I can see that as soon as I start declining in momentum, my income starts declining too. So momentum is the number one driver of revenue growth in this business and in the game. And if you want to just stack momentum, it doesn't mean sitting behind your computer or sitting behind an editor or sitting on whatever you think you need to do to make it perfect. You just have to embrace that the first 100 reps you do are going to suck. And that's what I did. Like, I spent 7 years trying to get good at offers and creating copy and writing ads. And I sucked for many of those years. Like, I had some good wins, but I also had some big lessons and losses that I learned in there along the way. And that is the biggest thing that I have found between people that come into my program, especially like the Catalyst or productized or the productized community. And they just embrace that idea of let's just launch really damn quickly and see what happens versus I need to perfect this offer for weeks and weeks and weeks. And then they don't actually launch anything. Or when they do, it's this, and it doesn't work as an example because this has happened, right? It's like a seismic blow. It's like, oh my gosh, I just spent months working on this thing and I've seen this happen. And it's a lesson that I'm going to carry with me for the rest of my life, that the game is to launch fast and move fast. It's not about being perfect, because the more we can fail, the more chances of failing we have we just got to be right once. And when we hit that one of win, it can be like 1,000x multiple, right? So it's way better to fail like 100 times and win once and have a really, really, really big win and just publishing lots and getting out there and launching dirty without the polish versus sitting on the sidelines and trying to perfect something that is probably not going to perform anyway because you don't have the reps in. And I wanted to share this last study on this because this is such an important principle. I'm thinking about this as I go into my Friday here. I just decided, hey, let's just pull up this camera here and record this video. Like I'm looking, to be honest, like I'm new to this camera stuff. So I'm literally looking at the screen, which I know I shouldn't do. I'm looking here, but that's launching dirty. And there was this great study that a pottery instructor did, or someone did for a pottery class. And they basically divided the class into two groups. The first group was told that they are going to be graded based on the amount of creations they make, like the amount of pottery they make, right? The second group is going to be graded based on making the most perfect, like 1 unit, right? So 1 unit of output, do as many as you can. Guess who actually did the best? It was the one that put the most reps in because they just kept producing and producing and producing and producing, that they're like, oh, this is broken, let's fix it. Oh, this is broken, let's fix this. Oh, this could be better, let's fix it. And then every single rep they did, they got better and better and better. And if you think about this logically, like look at any professional athlete, anyone that is the best at their game, they have reps under them. And this is why when you are starting out, you just got to launch dirty. Like you have to launch dirty. Even as I'm like at this level right now, I want to just be consistently launching and failing as fast as humanly possible. And my goal is just to like put stuff out there and say, is this going to work or not? And I've already got a few ideas going into 2025 of wild things that I'm expecting to fail. And if it does, it'll be like, amazing. I failed. I learned. It didn't work. But if it does work, it could be a monumental growth for my business, which is what exactly happened with my mid-ticket offers, which I figured out a dead simple way to publish offers really quickly. And because of that, it monumentally propelled my business forward this year by just taking some risks and not being afraid to fail. So my lesson for you is to launch dirty. I'll catch you in the next one. And I'm going to be posting a lot more of these. Subscribe below if you want them.